You're a normal player playing in a normal world. Well, that's what you thought, until you slowly realize that nothing was real the whole time, and you were trapped in a simulation. It all starts with a channel called Damien Plays, and the first video titled Weird Thing in Minecraft Beta. He starts off the video with mining, just as usual. He grabs some coal, looks at his inventory, hears some zombies and starts walking out of his mine. He finally reaches to the top, and he looks at the sign. But why? That was weird of him. That is not a normal thing to do in Minecraft. Anyway, he put his iron in his chest and his stuff and went back to his own base. He goes inside his house to start rearranging items in his chest. But when he comes out and exits, he decides to go to this little area in the mountain. But something strange happens. He just stares at it until he was stuck in confusion of what just happened. He was never seen that in the mountain before, and now his game just glitched. But anyway, he ignored that for now and went back to his base to grab some stuff. He realized he needed to continue going mining, but instead encountered this.
Hello, Damien.
In panic, he tries to destroy the sign and does it successfully, but he decided why not try and write back. But he was so confused and weirded and terrified that he just decided to go back to naming it his mine. But things did not go back to normal, as he went to go revisit the sign again and...
Don't ignore me, Damien. You do not want to end up like Jacob.
Where is Jacob?
He kept waiting and waiting until he thought nothing was gonna happen. But all of a sudden, the new sign pops in. It reads,
It doesn't matter anymore, just listen to me, alright?
but instead Damien decides to destroy the sign and places it back in so much confusion of what is even going on. Who is he communicating with? He ends the first video with saying, I'm logging off for now, man, no idea what's happening. But he doesn't finish his sentence. As he's logging off, this decided to happen. Let's start dissecting the first video. The first weird thing that happens is him staring at this cube hollowed looking shape, and then the weird glitch happens. We then find out later that the glitch shell meant the sign has changed. Damien then changed his sign back to the original, then goes to his base and weirdly opens his door and shakes his head like he doesn't want to go in. The weird sound happens again and the sign changes, and then they have a conversation back and forth, and Damien decides he doesn't want to deal with this and says he's logging off for now. But as he's about to get off, a weird noise happens, and if we listen closely, you hear that? What was that noise? I decided to slow it down to see if I can really hear something. So it looks like Morse code, and I tried to look it up, but I couldn't get anything but this, and I don't think that's the correct answer, so if you guys can figure it out, let me know, but let's move on to the next episode. Second video is called How to Make a Farm in Beta 1.6.6. He starts with going to his base. He opens his door, closes it, and goes inside. He opens his chest and his crafting table. He grabs some sticks and he's on his way out of his base. He goes to investigate this cube thing, and he starts mining around it, seeing if he can find anything, but he didn't. He decides to look past it and starts farming. He stops, and he starts farming again. After he finishes his farm, he started putting seeds down. Though after he realized he ran out of seeds, he went to go hunt for some more, but he went deeper and deeper into the forest than he thought. He continues farming a lot for some seeds, and then he starts heading back home. And for the rest of this video, nothing really interesting happens. He starts planting his seeds again, chopping down wood, and also putting a sign down, and then typing a sentence saying 1.5 of the farm. But then he gets rid of it, and then says goodbye? While punching the sky, like someone's up in the sky, when there's nothing there. But maybe that's just his form of recording a video. He wants the punch to, indicate the fact that he's ending the video. The last thing we have to talk in this episode is the fact that he has activate Windows still, but it didn't appear on the first episode. Strange, but interesting. The next two videos is pretty short, so I'm just gonna put them together instead of separately doing them. So let's roll the first video. The next video reveals the truth, and it gets creepier. He spawns in a bedrock looking area, but as he will go on, he will find something disturbing. There's a sign saying Damien's status alive. Make him help. Which is weird, but he keeps going on and further into this rabbit hole. He sees a bunch of iron doors, he opens the button, he's through, and he sees another sign. Jacob, status trapped, imprisoned in 2023. Lauren, status dead, estimated in 2019. What? Michael, status dead, exterminated in 2016. And so far, Damien's the last one. Alive. He goes around, and he explores more. He finds this door with glowstone on it. It must mean something. I mean, it's the only one with glowstone light. He walks in, he commits it. It looks normal so far until... In panic of the sign, he quickly runs away, going the same direction he was before. Hopefully he can go back through the portal, otherwise he might be trapped here forever. He keeps running, going down, he's getting closer and closer, and he makes it to the portal. He goes in. That's the end of that video. The next episode is called Unsure. It starts off in his base, he goes out, and it's actually nighttime. He stares at the moon for some reason. He starts wandering around, looking around, seeing if he can find anything. And then Morse code plays. I need to get us out of here. Mimi can't fail or we will be stuck forever. Like he said, this is my last chance to get us out, and I don't know what he'll do to me if I fail again. I need this. I need Damien to listen. The Morse code ended until he got to this random new base he found. I don't know if this was built by him or someone in his world, but he found it and he's up in the ladder and he seems to know where it is. I think this must be his lookout tower or something. It cuts to him in the mine, and it's daytime. He doesn't even realize that time has changed. Did it just change without him even noticing? He goes inside his base and starts blocking himself up. For some reason, he just doesn't feel safe. He looks around and tries to sleep in his bed, but he knows that he can't sleep at night. What's going on? Why is he even trying that in the first place? Fast forward a bit, he just spends so much time in his base, but then all of a sudden, a sign appears. He breaks out in hopes of getting away from this. I know you are frightened, Damien. Don't be. He builds up the courage to finally answer back and give this mysterious person some questions. Who were all those people in the bedrock place? The ones imprisoned and dead? But this person that's talking to Damien is just not answering his questions, avoiding them, possibly on purpose. But Damien wants an answer. He wants one now, but Damien did not prepare for this question.
Do you want to die, Damien?
He stares at the sign, shocked and in fear. So much fear. He breaks the sign. But Damien had to combat this fear, so instead, he went against him, saying, with confidence, "You can't hurt me."
I'm not hurting you if you listen to me.
For the remaining minutes of this video, it was just responding in signs back and forth and trying to convince each other to listen or not. And the video ends. The second to last title is called Investigation Part 1 Trying Alpha. Fast forward a little bit into the video and he actually gets his PC to work again. This isn't like any other normal video. He's in alpha version, it's not even his world, and he's testing stuff out. Compared to his other videos, this one just doesn't fit in. He starts off by just playing the game like normal, mining trees and killing these poor innocent chickens. He looks over the distance and he sees a mountain that he probably wants to go to. Maybe he wants to build his new base up there. So, he decides to prepare for that. He travels on his boat till he gets to land. Oh, never mind, his boat just broke. He walks around investigating terrain, as again, he only loaded up this world in alpha to test any weird things happening. After walking a bit, he finds this weirdly shaped looking pool, and he decides to test it out. He then decides to climb up this massive mountain, and then when he gets to the top, something weird happens to really prove his theory. It seems like his game decided to crash, but he launched it back on again. But then he noticed something weird. A random dirt hut, which wasn't there before. This isn't normal. Intensifies and his screen starts being buggy, starts distorting. What is going on? What is happening to his game? This is not normal. After that chaotic moment, he decides to build himself a makeshift house. It was pretty calm. He was just making his house and having a good time, but unfortunately, another thing starts to happen. It's the sound of a nether portal, but that would be the last sound before his game closes. He goes outside his base to take a wander around, really just see if he can find anything of what's happening to his Minecraft worlds. While walking around, he finds a creeper, ends up trying to fight it, but, you know, this is pretty casual and normal for a Minecraft world. Nothing special about this creeper. Though, how did it even get up there in the first place? I mean, the creeper was literally in the cave and then just popped out of nowhere. There wasn't even anything for the creeper to go across. But as we go fast forward a little bit here, you'll be able to see but some interesting terrain. But this terrain feels familiar to him, like he's seen this before. But as he's going around, he jumps in the water and... That was the last time he was ever able to access their world file, ever. And it wasn't even anything crazy at the end either, which is strange. The last video on the Damien Plays channel. Even though the sign back in episode 5 said, "Damien, don't go back there," he managed to go back there anyway, and he successfully figured out what was really wrong with his world. It was a simulation, it wasn't real, and he found that out by looking at all these cages of other people who were trapped, and also deceased. And Damien finally did his final goal of escaping and letting Jacob free.